the CMOs said they didn't want brand awareness,
Right.
Like,
in fact, it was the most important thing.
it is. And one said, brand awareness hard to measure, but hurts like hell when you don't have it. So they know that helps drive leads as well, but making that connection between, something is happening in the PR brand awareness realm, all the way through the line till that final sale close. I feel like that is something that our industry is continuing to work on with new technology and new ways of trying to figure out how that actually went all the way through the thread. I was really encouraged by that question about how you worked with your sales team and how you worked with your product team. So it was really positive, more positive than I thought. I thought there was going to be more concern or gripes that they always want more leads, but we deliver leads, they're not the right ones, they don't follow up on them or whatever it is. But most of our Fintech CMOs, it sounded like their teams were working really well together, and they thought that was a very respectful, strong relationship.
Yeah, I think that's right. And I think that's because of the effort they put into that and the focus they put into it, right? That it's a collaborative. One person said it's not us and them, it's us and us, right? That we work together, and they made a really big point to build that relationship from the minute they walked in the door, and it's really paid off.
That came up a ton, right? Elevated storytelling, emotional storytelling. Everybody said in financial services that emotional connection is super critical. And a lot of our respondents were from B2B organizations. And they were saying that it is just as important in B2B to make that emotional connection to the buyer as it is in B2C.
Almost more important, right? Because they said otherwise you're at a race to the bottom on product feature functionality and price. And when you're talking about fintech or technology in general, you're not going to always have the exact same amount of features, but that doesn't always matter. That emotional buy, that emotional part of the sale, can we trust you? Will you be our partner when times get tough? Will you help us collaborate on something when we have to get creative on a solution? It was those emotional brand pieces that really made the difference in those complex, really high dollar sales, and which is what a lot of these people are working on.
I think the best news for me out of the entire survey was that all of the words that they used, remember we asked them to give us one word about what you thought was going to happen next year, they were all super positive, right? It was positive growth, all of that, exciting, all of that kind of stuff. And then also every single one of them said they're going to invest at least the same and probably more. And none of them really came across feeling like the current, market environment that we're in is going to, have any huge impacts on their plans. They seemed to feel positive. They were going to lean in more to efficient channels, but everyone seemed to continue to feel like fintech was going to grow next year and that their marketing budgets were going to grow and they were going to be able to do more. I'm so glad we did this for a couple of reasons. One, I think it's going to make us better at what we do, right? Because we learned a ton and we know how we need to improve to better improve, what our CMOs that are in our space need. So that's great, homework for us to go back and do for sure. And then on top of that, the whole reason that we chose female CMOs in this industry is that, fintech gets a bad rap for there being, not enough female executives in fintech, and female founders don't get as much money as their male counterparts. But we have tons of really strong female leaders who are running the brands. And as we know, it's financial services. The brand is the product. It's super critical. So these women are incredibly important and their voices need to be elevated. So I'm really glad we did this. And I think we should do it every year.
I agree. I think it was so fantastic to shine a light on these smart, energetic, really great women who are doing amazing things. And they're really leading the future of fintech through their brands.